Cause with purpose. We don't just hope for a better week. We plan for one. The sun is rising, my dreams are calling. Coffee in my cup and my purpose is talking. I open my planner, I breathe and believe. This week has blessings waiting on me. No more rushing, no more delay. I'm taking my power back today with every goal and every line. I'm building my business one block at a time. I don't move by pressure, I move by design. I don't waste my moments, I honor my time. My vision is clear, my focus is strong. This is the week I've been waiting on. I am the architect of my time. With every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One line decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I've got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week is mine. I'm not just busy, I'm moving with grace. Making room for profit, peace and space. My business is growing, my mindset is new. I'm showing up for what I'm called to do. Emails, content, clients and sales. I've got a plan so I cannot fail. Even when life tries to pull me away, I come back to purpose and plan my day. Under pressure, I move by design. I don't waste my moments, I honor my time. My vision is clear, my focus is strong. This is the week I've been waiting on. I am the architect of my time. Every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One line decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I've got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week is mine. What are we doing this week? Following wealth in this week. Moving with power. What are we building this week? Dreams into income. One decision, one bold move. My dream hour. One brilliant hour. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I craft my life one brilliant hour. My time is aligned. My dream is alive. This week I rise. This week I thrive. I am the architect of my time. With every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One line decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I've got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week it works. So grab your planner, grab your vision, grab your coffee, and let's plan with purpose. This is Plansational Sunday. And this week,
Good morning, good morning. Let's get this going. How are you guys going this morning? Happy Plansational Sunday. We rise, we shine, we plan. This is Plansational Sunday. This week is yours. So I am so happy to be here to talk to you guys on this Plansational Sunday. And we are going to get this party started and get into our basically hot topic and talking points for this week. So, last week we talked about, planning our systems. We talked about creating cash on replay and how important that is in our business. And for this week, I really want to talk about a topic that I feel like a lot of business owners run into, especially if you're a coach or if you're a consultant or if you are in a service-based business. And as I start talking about this thing, I think about like the typical nail tech, beautician, all of those people who work in service-based industry and how they service so many people. They have clients that hair look better than their hair, nails look better than their nails, because they're always working in the business and they forget to take care of them. So sometimes our business cannot move forward. And it's not because we don't know what to do, but it's because we're giving our best self and our best energy to everyone else except for our own business. Our own business gets the leftovers. So we'll show up to other people's events, we'll support them, we'll encourage them, we'll spend time doing their hair and their nails and their lashes and taking care of what they need done. But yet we don't come back into our own business and give it the same effort, the same energy, and basically our business gets the sloppy leftovers. How many people can can attest to that? Like everything else becomes a priority but us and our business. And for some reason, we think it as being selfish, or let me take care of these clients because they paid for this service, but we forget to take care of the home base. What we do is we rip away that foundation that we're supposed to be building for our business, and therefore our business is built on shaky grounds because we're not putting as much into it as we're giving out from it. We're sharing so much, we're giving so much away, we're doing so much for so many people. But when it comes to our automations, when it comes to our landing page, when it comes to building new products, when it comes to getting our back ends into place, when it comes to taking out time to plan for the week, when it comes to setting up your workflows for the week and knowing what your schedule is going to look like, we give out more than what we put in. And we already know when you pour out more than what you put in, the cup will become dry, the cup will become empty, you will become exhausted, you will want to give up on your business because you're not putting what you need back into it. You're not watering yourself. You're not taking care of everything that you need in order for that business to sprout up and grow and produce fruit to feed other people. So when people tell me that they don't have time, but it's like you have time for this, you have time for that, but your business doesn't get your best energy and your best self. So today I'm going to give you guys some pointers and some talking points to encourage you to lean into what you're doing and put just as much effort into that as you do anything else. You already know how to show up. That's number one. Like, you already know how to be there. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have a business if you didn't know how to show up. If you was flaky and you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing, you already know how to show up. You already know how to meet deadlines. You did it at your 9 to 5 job. You did it everywhere else. You already know how to do that. You already know how to help others execute as well. You already know how to solve problems. Many of you are the problem solver. You know how to make things happen all the time. The question is, why do we not give our own business the same level of urgency and care as we do everybody else's deadlines, everybody else's execution, everybody else's problems, and everybody else's situation? And the reason why I know that you know how to do it is because many of us have worked jobs year after year after year after year after year, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, umpteen hundred years, and we showed up to work on time. We met those deadlines. We logged on. If you had to log on at 5 o'clock in the morning, you were there, logged on, ready to go. But yet, when it comes to your business and showing up and getting what you need, there's no urgency. I'll get to it. This is more important. This person needs this more than I need it. You already know how to show up, but you need to make your business as urgent as you make everything else. This is why we get stuck with no cash flow. This is why we get into those places like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in a little bit more. I'm going to go to bed a little bit earlier. We would stretch if we had that deadline for our 9 to 5 job. If your boss said, hey, you have to come in and work overtime in the morning, stay late, you would show up because you want to be the best you that you can be. But when it comes to our business, for some reason, that thing gets put on the back burner. And I'm here to tell you today, no more. It needs to be there needs to be an urgency behind it. Your business cannot grow from leftover time. I'll just give it what I have. If your business only get attention after everyone else gets served, after you're tired, after your day has drained you, after your energy is gone, you will always struggle to get momentum. Always struggle. I always say I wake up and I give my business the best me in the morning. So if I got to show up for somebody else at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, that means I got to get up at 4 o'clock, look over what I need to do because I need to give my business the best me. Before I serve anybody else, before I help anybody else, I got to give my business the best me. Not what's left over after I've given everybody else a piece of Carolyn. Why? Because if I don't, I'm going to always be tired. I'm going to be always like, oh my God, what's next? What's next? Brain fogged, confused, hopping from one task to the next task, being all over the place, not knowing where my priorities lie. Because I'm giving my business what I have left over. Let me put everything else on the schedule, and then I'm going to schedule in what I can do for my business. How about everything that you need to do for your business first, and then everything else second? What about taking care of you first, and then everything else second? Because if you don't put your own oxygen mask on before you put somebody else's on, you can kill yourself or die trying to help the next person. What profits that to you? What gives you life and strength if you're giving away so much, but never put it back into yourself? And I know what you're saying. Well, Carolyn, I have priorities. I have people I got to take care of. I totally understand that. But what we get mixed up is the word selfishness and priority. Prioritizing your business is not selfish. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish. Making your business a priority does not mean that you don't care about other people. It means that you understand that your vision also needs care, time, structure, and consistency. And without that business having that, you may not be able to serve other people. Why do we think that it's so selfish to build for ourselves? Why do we think it's so selfish to tell somebody, no, I can't do this because I have to do this for my business? Here's the funny thing about it. If I was to call one of my friends right now and say, hey, I'm going through something. Do you want to go and get lunch? Two point of views. Number one, that friend has a full-time job. Hey, yeah, let me finish up this work, and as soon as I get off, I'm gonna come over there because I can't take off. I have a work meeting. My boss is gonna be coming in auditing me today. So as soon as I get done, I am going to come over there and support you. And we'll say, okay. Entrepreneur friend, hey friend, I'm going through it. Do you think you can come over here? Girl, I'll be over there in just a second. I just have the what? I could just wait till tomorrow to finish this. And we run over there and we support. You see, It's because we don't value our business or see it in the same light as we see working for somebody else. And I've seen people do it time and time again. Stop what they're doing because their business is flexible to go run and take care of somebody else, and their business begins to suffer. What you need to say is, hey, if it's not an urgent, if you wouldn't leave your 9 to 5 job for it, you shouldn't be leaving your business for it, because your business have operating hours, your business have structure. It's funny, when your kids find out that you work from home or that you're an entrepreneur, they'll call you in the middle of the day and be like, hey, mom, can you bring me? I forgot. But when you were on that job working, they never called. No, I can't leave because I'm at work. I'm downtown. I'm here. And people start to see your business differently when you say you work for yourself. They think you have a level of flexibility that you didn't have at your 9 to 5, which you do. But you don't in the very beginning, because you have to earn that. Let me just put a little insert right here. We need to be more diligent about earning our time off like we did at that job. And you're like, well, Carolyn, that's why I walked away from the job, so I could have all the flexibility in the world. You're supposed to have flexibility in your business, but you got to put in the work. Just like you have to work 90 days in order to get time off, or 30 days, and you are cure time. Somebody needs to make a calculator where you put in time and it tells you how much time you should be able to get off, so that you can spend your important good energy, your important self, your great energy inside of your business. It's not selfish. But you cannot just start a business and think that, hey, I can go on vacation, I can have time out, I can stop what I'm doing. No, you have to put in the grind, just like you would if you started a new job. And this is where many entrepreneurs fail, is because they see their time as all of this flex time, but they do not make it a priority to make a schedule and tell people, no, I can't do it because I'm working on my business or I'm at work. What are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm working. And then sooner or later, you'll see that as you're putting your systems in place, as you are creating your cash on replay, then you will be able to have that flexibility to leave when you want to, go and take care of things, go shopping, go out to brunch, do whatever you need to do. But until you start making money, work is your priority. Setting consistent schedule is your priority. Creating a workflow is your priority. Why? Because you would do it for a job. Let you get hired for a 9 to 5 right now. You're going to get your clothes out. You're going to set your alarm clock. You're going to wake up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to do all the things that you're supposed to do. We have to treat our business the exact same way. We have to tell people no the exact same way we would. And for some reason, when it's our business and we say no, we can't do it, we think it's selfish, or other people think it's selfish. And it's like, no, you have to have the same respect for what I do as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, as you would as if I was an employee on somebody else's job. The next thing that we have to stop doing is treating your business like an option. If your business is always the first thing that you cancel, delay, reschedule, or ignore, you are really training your mind and training yourself to see it as an option. The shift begins when you decide your business deserves protected time. It's not an option if I'm going to show up today. Just like it's not an option if I'm going to show up for a 9 to 5. If you're already working a 9 to 5 and you're doing this thing part-time, treat it like a part-time job. You don't have an option. You have to clock in. No matter how tired you are, no matter how frustrated you are, you have to reboost yourself and reboost your energy and treat your business like it is a priority. Protect that time. Protect that schedule. As long as it's an option, you will never create the cash flow that you need to be able to sustain yourself as a business. And sooner or later, you're going to see yourself filtering back into a funding source or a 9 to 5 job or a part time job because your business was an option when you had full time hours to do it. Schedule, schedule, schedule. I can't say it enough. Showing up on Plansational Sunday, even if you work a funding source, you should have a schedule. When do you clock in? You get off at 4, you rest, you eat your lunch, you show up from 6:30 to 10. You show up from 6 to 9. If you work a long schedule and you're off on your off days, you have to make your business a priority, not taking care of all the other things. Unless you have a doctor's appointment or unless you have a meeting that's on the books or a schedule, your business should be the top priority. Going in your office, sending emails, contacting people, all of these should be top priority and should not be rescheduled, canceled, or delayed. We are quick to put our stuff on the back burner. Quick. I mean, so many times I'm like, okay, I'll do that for myself later. Okay, they need me. I'll reschedule my stuff. It wasn't until I said, no, this is what's on my schedule. I can't show up for that because I'm already booked that day. I'm already booked that weekend. I started treating my business like a priority and not like a secondhand thing or an option, because I would not do that to anybody else if I was serving them. So why would you choose to do it to yourself, your business, your dream, your passion, your purpose? Self-sabotaging at its finest. When someone told me that anytime that I delay something, put it on the back burner or ignore it, it was self-sabotaging, I was like, oh no, I'm not a self-sabotager. I believe in me and my abilities and my capabilities to do my best at all times. I had this mindset, but really it is. It's that underlying part of ourselves that think that we may or may not succeed, so we start to attach to other things and make excuses. We start attaching our success to other people. And so what we do is we take what we have and our ideas and we push it to the side because of fear, either of failing or fear of succeeding. And some of us do have a fear of succeeding. Even though we say we don't, we do. Because if you didn't have some type of fear going on, you would not reschedule, ignore, and delay the things that needs to happen in your business. I'm going to ask you, what have you been putting off? What are you supposed to be doing right now? What is your schedule really supposed to look like? Are you protecting your time? Are you protecting your energy? Are you protecting your workflow? If you're live here with me, I want you to drop a hashtag live and I want you to say, my business is not an option. My dream is not an option. My passion is not an option. I have to protect it like I do everything else. We have to start giving our business an appointment, not a wish. Do not just say, oh, I need to work on my business this week. You need to work on it. No, we need to put it on a calendar. Name the task that needs to get done. Set the time. Decide the outcome. Treat it like a real commitment. Not what you need to do, but what you're going to do. That's a real appointment. That's not a wish. I wish I had this. No. You need to work your business. You need to schedule that time, make that task list, put a due date on it, put a time that you're going to get it done, and you need to scoot up to that desk Turn on that computer and do what it is that you need to do in order to make your dreams and that to-do list come to fruition. Either do it or don't. Don't play around with it. Because what it's going to do is make you frustrated. It's going to make you overwhelmed. It's going to make you hate what you love to do. Why? Because you are playing around with it. And when you play around with stuff, you don't get the results that you need to get. And so sometimes it discourages you. And it's like, you know what? I'm doing this, but are you really doing it? Are you really leaning into it? Are you giving it 100,000%? And here's the thing, that means you're doing whatever it takes, not just working on the back end of it, not just creating, but putting it out there. You are doing as much marketing as you can. You actually have time blocked out where you in people face all the time telling them about your business. And here's another part that many of us get kind of really weirded about is I'm not gonna beg anybody. You cannot be too proud to beg. And begging is not, please give my business, but actually showing up and telling people the benefits that they are going to get from attaching themselves to your business or using your service. You can't say it enough. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got to give them 3 meals a day. You got to serve it up and constantly be in front of people telling them who you are, what you do, and how they can benefit from your service. How much have you marketed in the past week? How much have you shown up and talked about your business in the past week? How can you not show up and talk about a thing and expect people to know about it and expect you to make money from it? That's treating your business like an option. That's treating your business like it is a wish. You wish this is going to happen in it. But when you get out there and you show up consistently, and sometimes we need to show up before we even create the thing. We just need to talk about it to get on people's radar and let them know what's coming. But we spend all this time creating stuff with no results or nobody opting into it, nobody looking at it because we don't talk about it. We don't show up. We don't go all in on it. But if you were paid on your job and you were on commission, they said, hey, you got to get this many clients on the books. You got to do this in order to get your salary and your bonuses. We will be on there cold calling, doing whatever we have to do, doing our job. Well, guess what? It's time to do your job for your business. It's time to treat it in the same manner. It's time to get in the inbox. It's time to post. It's time to talk to people. It's time to just, people should be sick of you. Be just sick of you because you're always in their face talking about what you do. Your biggest hype person is yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak a word over yourself. That's what the song says. There are going to be things that are created to keep us from going to where we need to go, but we got to push through it. We got to show up. We can't be embarrassed. We can't be ashamed. We can't think that we're bothering people. Because you have to believe in what you have to offer and that everybody in this world need it. Because if you don't believe that, then you won't show up in that capacity. We have to do the things in order for our business to be where it needs to be. At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, where is our best energy going? Who's getting our best ideas? Who's getting our fastest response? Who gets my follow through? Who gets my creativity? Who gets my consistency? Then ask yourself, where does my own business fall on that list? Where does it fall on that list? Who's getting it all? Who is actually getting the best of you? And sometimes in our business, it's not even another business or a client, it's a person getting all the goodies from us. But yet we won't show up for our business ourselves. We won't give ourselves that same type of effort. And which is so sad because guess what? Guess what? They gonna benefit from it. They gonna get everything that they need from it. They gonna grow, and you are going to be sitting there just mad and angry, frustrated, envious, all of the above, because you have given them more than you given yourself, and they running, they're succeeding, they're elevating, they're getting to places that you wish that you could get to. But if you had given yourself those same ideas, that same fast response, that same follow through, that same creativity, that same consistency, your business will be there too. Guys, at the end of the day, we got to do better about showing up for ourselves. We have to do better about giving our business what it deserves. We birthed it, we dreamed it. Imagine having a child and just leaving your child on the street and then saying, you know what, I'll take care of it later. But then having a house full of other people's kids, feeding them, nurturing them, taking care of them to the best, but then looking at your own child saying, you know what, you can eat later. That's what we do to our business. Yeah, it's cold, it's cruel, but we neglect it just like that. And that's your child. That's your baby. So we have to give our good energy, our best energy to our business. I always talk about this, and we're going to talk about this even more in a planning session. If you are watching this live, I want to encourage you guys to join the Passionpreneur community. We have a Facebook group. We have now a outside community where you get way more support and encouragement. And today we're going to talk about the importance in mapping out your CEO time. Every business needs CEO time. If you do not block out your CEO time every single day, your business will not have leadership and structure. You're the CEO. And every CEO, a good CEO gets their vision, understand what needs to happen for the week, and then puts that out or spread that vision to the people who support and work for them. And for many of you guys, you are the employee and the CEO. So your CEO self has to set time aside to get the vision so that your employee self can execute on the things that the CEO or your CEO self have set in place. Because a lot of times as a worker, when we don't have guidance and we don't know what to do, we will just start doing stuff. Like my grandson, whenever he don't have structured things to do, he just started messing with a whole bunch of stuff, just start putting stuff on the floor, just do. It's like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, I don't know. He just say, I don't know, because he's just doing whatever. And a lot of times when we show up for our business, we just be like, oh, okay. And then we start scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. And then we're like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing today? When I tell you the CEO fog or the employee fog is real, whenever you don't have a boss. And that's why we have to be our own boss, show up in that space and tell ourselves what we're going to get done for the day. Otherwise, we're going to be confused. I remember when I very first started working for myself, I was like so happy to be like just employed by Training You to Succeed. Like I'm so happy. I woke up and I'm like, oh, well, what we doing today? What's going on? Well, maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should rest. I've been working all these years. Maybe I should. And not knowing what to do. Why? Because I did not understand the importance of CEO time and being the boss of myself. Because employee Carolyn, she don't know what to do unless boss Carolyn tells her what to do. I know it's kind of crazy. Like, you're like, well, you should know. No, because if you don't set time to get that piece of paper in front of you, quiet out everything, and ask yourself, what are we building this week? What is the plan for this week? How am I going to market for this week? How is money going to be received into the business this week? What offers do I need to create? What systems need to be checked upon? Who do I need to follow up with? What decisions need to be made for this week? Without that CEO time, you're only maintaining like day to day tasks, like checking emails, all that kind of stuff, but you're not building. So, not only do I do this every week, but I do this every day. I do it even longer every month and every quarter. You have to block out your CEO meeting time. This is when the whiteboards come out. This is when the wide piece of paper comes out and we go, okay, this week, what's the goal? So, for example, this week I'm going to be talking about Power Up 2026. If you got a pink envelope in the mail that was sparkly, drop pink in the comments. Those were our attendees that attended our last Power Up, and they got some important VIP power mail just to encourage them to register. So this week, you guys are going to hear me talking about Power Up. It's at the top of our priority. Also, with our new community, you're going to hear me talking about, hey, we are transitioning from our Facebook community into this new community so I can serve you more, so that I can give you more. So you're going to be getting messages. But if I did not sit down and make that CEO plan, then I don't know what I'm working on for the week. So again, ask yourself, what is the plan? What is the marketing? How are you going to get money for this week? How are you going to put out new offers this week? What about your systems? What about your follow-up? What decisions need to be made in order for you to build something amazing? What's your money goal for this week? What about your time that you have making money? What about that sprint? How much do you say you're going to make each day or each week? What is your midpoint gauge? If you say, hey, my goal is to make $500 this week, or $1,000 this week, or $300 this week, what day are you going to check to see where you're at with that? What are you actually selling? Have you promoted the thing in order to make that amount of money? Are you busy creating and just working, but working with no vision, no goal, no leadership? Being your own boss is the hardest thing. A lot of people think it's like the easiest thing, because I know, no, it's the hardest thing, because sometimes we don't have guidance and leadership that we had when we were on that 9 to 5. So we have to step into that role and be the employee. We have to be the vision caster. We have to be the you better get this done. We have to be the accountability partner to ourselves, all of the above. And so without having CEO time in your business, you're going to be over there chasing your own tail. You're going to be quite confused, quite overwhelmed, because you have not set aside that CEO time. This week, you need to make it a priority to choose your business over everything. Choose a priority in your business that you are dedicated to executing this week. Not a million things, not 1,000 things. One thing that will help you move that business forward, create income, create visibility, and completing something that you've been wanting to complete for so long. Move it up this week. Yes, you may have to show up for clients. Yes, you may have to consult. Yes, you may have to coach. Yes, you may have to lead your communities. But make what you have going on in your business a priority. Make your income flow a priority. Make marketing a priority. And I hate to be on that soapbox, but in my spirit, I feel like so many people complain about not making money in their business, but they are not doing what it takes. I posted one time. I posted 2 times. Keep doing it. Keep showing up and talking about the thing. Talk about the fact that you don't have no business. Don't be too proud to share it. Tell people how much they need what you have. I was talking to one of my daughters, and then she was like, you share this flyer, you post, and I say it's gonna take more than that. You got to do some behind the scene videos. You have to show up and just do things for people to show that you're capable of doing it. Do you know how many stages I have spoke on for $0 just to get connected to the next person who can pay me? Do you know how many times I've shown up and done demo work, display work, giving things away so that I can be seen and known for what it is that I do? So many times. But sometimes we're not willing. It's like, if you're not making money at the thing anyway, why not show up and show people what it is you're capable of doing so that they can say, oh, okay, and lean in and invest in your business? We have to move that marketing piece up the list and make it a priority. So many great businesses die because nobody knows that it's alive. They could have been fed, they could have been sponsored, they could have been supported, but because they refuse to show up in a capacity, either because they don't want to, I don't want to bother people, that's just too much. I don't, I love when people are like, oh, you see how much she posts? Oh my gosh, she just posts so much all day, every day. Good for her. Good for her. Because you know what? She's on a mission. And I guarantee she's going to make money before you make money, because she is showing up and showing off her business or his business. It's time out for just putting our stuff to the back burner, being too prideful. We are business owners. We have to market and show it. If you don't like it, find you another page to be on, unfriend me, unlike me, whatever it may be. Because one thing about it, two things for sure, I'm going to show up and I'm going to talk about my business and what I do. You could say she do too much. Oh, what is it that she really, it doesn't matter. Which one of them can serve you? How can I help you? Which one of these things on the list supports you? Which one do you like? And not ashamed that I'm unniched and I'm a passionpreneur. Not ashamed to say, yes, I own this, I do this, and I do this and this too. Take your pick. Welcome to the vending machine. Just cash your thing in there, pick what you want, and whatever floats your boat and makes you happy, let me be that for you. And so we have to be unashamed, unapologetically who we are, and what we do has to be at the forefront. It has to be on a billboard. It has to shine everywhere we go. And if you tell me I can't talk about my business, and I don't need to be there, because that is who I am. That's my bread and butter. That's what takes care. That's what affords me the opportunities to do the things that I love to do, and to give back, and to support other people. So you think I'm not going to talk about that thing? You better believe. So where you have been showing up strong for others, but showing up inconsistently for your business, that has to be corrected. So have you been showing up for other people more than you've shown up for yourself in your business? Do you believe that your business can transform lives? Do you believe that you were called into this space to carry out that thing? Because if that is what you believe, then you have to show up and show out like never before. So I want you this week to write down a couple of things. Pull out your journal, make you a Plansational journal so that you can reflect on these things, because what I talk about on Plansational Sunday is to get your mind right for the upcoming week. And then I do co-working planning with you so that you can know how to execute it. So this part is just telling you what you need to get your mind on. And then in the second session, I show you how to do it. So if you want to work with me in that capacity, come on into the Passionpreneur community, because guess what? That's where we're doing the things. That's where we are really getting into the how-to of how to do these things that I'm talking about in Plansational Sunday. So here's your questions for the week. What have I been putting on the back burner in my business? So I want you to get out your journal and I want you to answer that. What have you been putting on the back burner? What thing have you been saying I want to do, but you just haven't done it? And I don't want to hear excuses like, well, I don't have the money. Create a free version of it. Well, I want this big extravagant. Start with what you have first. So what are you putting on the back burner in your business? Number 2, why have I allowed it to keep getting pushed back? What is it that is making you push? And sometimes when we ask ourselves that question and we write that one thing down, we see it just seems silly. We're just like, oh, is that the reason why? Well, let me fix that. That's simple. But sometimes we don't take time to reflect. What is one protected CEO block that you will schedule this week? What is one CEO block that you will schedule this week? Is it going to be today, Sunday, for 2 hours? Is it going to be Monday for an hour? What is at least one CEO time that you're going to sit down and say, let's look at this business? And sometimes we don't want to look at it because it's scary. We know we didn't make what we needed to make last week. We know that we don't know how we're going to pay them bills at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. So we need to sit down at our CEO desk, put on our CEO glasses, our lenses, and we need to look at the business and ask ourselves those questions about marketing, planning, building, and how that's going to look for the upcoming week. What business tasks will you complete before you give your energy away to anyone else? So before you show up, before you support, before you help, what are you going to give your own business? One thing I gifted myself so many years ago, and sometimes I get away from it and I have to reel myself back in, is the Miracle Morning. If you have not read that book, The Miracle Morning, in your business, I would highly recommend you reading that book and practicing what is called the savers. And before I started my day, before I gave into my child care center, before I gave into supporting and coaching, I would wake up and do my savers every single morning. And in that savor piece, it helped me to ground myself as the CEO, to build myself up before I went out and started pouring into other people. Because as you guys know, sometimes I'm here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'm here at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So I have to map out that consistent time to pour into myself before I go out and pour into other people. And the Miracle Morning was something that had really supported me. And all the things that I struggled with, when I go back and look at my setup, I say those are the things that didn't get done because I did not do my Miracle Morning. From weight gain to being bloated, it's because I didn't do my Miracle Morning. To not knowing what I am going to be doing for the day, it's because I didn't do my Miracle Morning. And so with those savers, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what savers stands for. S is for silence. A is for affirmations. V is for visualization. E is for exercise. R is for read. And S is for scribe. And I can kind of share in another one of our Plansational Sundays how I set that up for the week. And even if it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, on the best morning, I can spend 30 minutes in the Miracle Morning. on even more extended mornings, my good number is 45 minutes. And so that I have 45 minutes to just lean into the savors before I even get dressed or before I even get into the next thing, because that is my dedicated time. And like I said, if your cup is not full or your cup doesn't have anything in it, it's going to be hard to pour it to other people. You're going to be pouring from an empty place, and then you're going to be drained and not be able to bring anything back to your business. I hope you guys got something out of this Plansational Sunday. I hope you learned something that you can easily apply to your business and take your business to the next level. So, with that being said, we're going to go into our Sunday affirmation. And I want you guys to just remember this. It is so important that you practice this and believe this for yourself. It says, I am the architect of my time. With every hour, I build my dreams. My plans have purpose. My schedule have power. I craft my life. One aligned decision, one bold move, one brilliant hour at a time. I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, and as always, anytime that I go live and anytime that I'm doing training, I look forward to training you to succeed in your business. Thank you guys so much, and have an amazing Plansational Sunday.